we are at the end of the executive summit. It's so wild because you put in so much time and energy and weeks ahead of these events to make sure that they go off well and the content is impactful. And here we are, starts and it finishes. So I'm again James Kaikis, co-founder of the PreSales Collective, and just want to recap our day with my fellow PreSales Collective colleagues, Yuji Higashi and Kevin Mefford. I want to talk about how helping create an ecosystem and the future of PSC, PSLC, and PSA. So before we kind of get into this, I am curious, Yuji, one, introduce yourself, but two, what have you been taking away from this event?
Yeah, thanks, James. So Yuji Higashi here, a co-founder of PreSales Collective and PreSales Academy. First I'll just start by saying I've been simply amazed by the level of speakers and presenters that we've had throughout the last 3 days, and equally impressed by everybody in Slack. I think there's been a ton of great conversation and insightful conversation through the threads that exist in the Slack channel today. So really impressed there. I think the highlights for me were really on day one. I really enjoyed the leading with empathy session that Eric and Ashley presented on. Empathy is such an important skill that takes energy to really develop well, and I think that was a great concept they covered. And the quote about being curious, not judgmental. I really like that quote. Not always as easy to do, but something that we can all get better at, I think. And certainly in the example that Eric showed in that video around Elton Simmons, the traffic cop, I think, if the world had more Elton Simmons around that could be empathetic consistently every single day, the world would be a lot better place. So really enjoyed that session on day one.
That's great. Now, I appreciate that, Yuji. And for those who are wondering what that video is, if you actually scroll up in the Slack and find a video of a traffic cop, it is worth 3 minutes or 4 minutes of your time. It is really quite amazing. So great takeaways, Yuji. Appreciate that. And I actually want to say your presentation on PreSales Academy and highlighting what PreSales Academy is on day one was fantastic as well. And I think it's much needed because I think people hear PreSales Academy, they read a little bit on the website, they see some of the material, but you walked us through the details of what that is. So we'll make sure that video gets circulated, but really nice job.
Thank you.
Kevin, the impromptu IT guy for this event, really appreciate all of that work. On quick notice, introduce yourself and what are some of your takeaways for the event?
Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm the head of community for the PreSales Collective, working with James and Yuji to put on all of our great programming, connecting with our local chapters as we're doing more of that. So very excited to be here. I'm on month 3 of being part of the team, and it's been fabulous to see how much we've accomplished, and especially gives me a newfound appreciation for how much work that James and Yuji were putting in for the last year on their own. My biggest takeaways, I'll echo Yuji's sentiment, the engagement. I knew it would be here, but it's just so powerful seeing everyone have those conversations, seeing the questions come up, not to mention our fantastic presenters we've had over the 3 days. It's just been fantastic. And I think for me, one of the biggest things that I really saw come through, largely unintentionally, was this running theme of empathy and trust. Just it's the core to everything we're doing. From the starting session on building communities, how we need to have communities around ourselves to support, build connections, create everything that we're trying to do, comes back to that empathy and trust. To the session on coaching of, times have changed. We need to be more empathetic to our employees, to our team members, to our coworkers, to understand everything that's going on with them, because we need to take care of obviously the professional needs, but even more so today, the personal needs. And so for me, a lot of these learnings have just been really around, all right, we know that the role of pre-sales continues to evolve, and just seeing so many people inputting on here are the ways that we need to think about that. And all of those connections and that community that's being built on the backside, it has just been fantastic to witness.
Yeah. Kevin, wow, so well said. I don't know if you and Yuji coordinated that. I don't think you guys did, but it's very true that the theme does stay constant over the last 3 days. And I'm even seeing the Slack channel blow up right now, people talking about that, and very true. So thank you, Kevin, for sharing those learnings. And again, thanks for being the impromptu IT guy. As a pre-sales professional, we were working behind the scenes on a lot of things. So Yuji and Kevin, thank you both so much for your energy and effort during this exec summit.